off it.
Take 3 restaurants.
It's the best night of our lives.
Cooking up their finest fare.
That is very sexy.
Ask each to host a 3-course meal,
It smells delicious.
which will be scored in secret. On today's show,
Hey!
adventurous mains.
And these are the duck hearts.
Duck hearts on the little skewer, yeah.
Because it was so chewy, you know then what you're chewing on, which is a heart.
And audacious claims.
We did invent halloumi fries.
What do you mean? I don't see how somebody can claim to have been the first person who's fried halloumi.
As they lock horns for a load of lolly.
I like to butter a tray. That will happen.
This week's professionals competition comes from Sussex, the county that brought the world the plum heavy. Doesn't look very heavy to me. Oh, blimey. And hoping not to collapse under the pressure of the competition are our first hosts, head chef Will and his business partner Jack, from Med in Brighton.
People think it's Mediterranean because obviously the name, and hands up, it is what it meant once. And then we decided to kind of adventure out a little bit.
Hear me out. Prawns. Corn dog. Prawn dog.
I'd buy that.
There's some things you recognise, tartars, cured meats, and then we slap in like a bao bun filled with Mexican beef.
Merging brutally different cuisines and cultures.
A slightly unusual foray into food then. Still, as long as you're confident.
I think this is a winning menu. I think it's one of the best menus that we could have put together.
Yeah.
Good to be positive. First course for the boys to tackle is their main. Barbecue duck with hispy cabbage and plum.
Hispy cabbage and plum. Sorry, can I do that again? Right, for Maine, we've got barbecue duck. Is it his pea? It's not, is it? It's like... I'm done.
Hang on, we've only just started. Meet front of house Ryan and owner and chef Amy from Amy Bistro.
Amy Bistro started as a cafe, and I used to make sandwiches and cakes, and then we just developed it and become more fine dining.
How long for the fish for table 8?
Couple of minutes, Ryan.
What's good about this restaurant? Oh, it's us. We run the show. People come in for my personality and for Amy's cooking.
Not necessarily in that order, presumably.
Morning. My energy rubs off on people that come in to eat, and it rubs off on the staff that work front of house, that then rubs off on the customers as well.
Sounds like you rub off on everyone, Ryan. Back with today's hosts, and Will sets about carving up his duck.
Lovely bit of duck. Oh.
It's a classic for a reason.
We're going to use the whole animal. There's going to be some bits that some people might be a little bit weird about, but
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll love it.
Oh, intriguing. The duck breast is seasoned, placed in a bag with rosemary and butter, then popped into a vacuum sealer.
We sit here and watch it for days sometimes. There we go.
Think you might need to get out a bit more, fella.
That is science, isn't it? Perfect. Get off it.
Having been scienced and slapped, the duck is put into a hot water bath to slowly cook. It'll be barbecued later and served with the hilarious hispy cabbage. On to the starter, gochujang trout tartare with prawn toast.
That sounds like a banging starter, actually. I don't know why I keep saying banging. I don't usually say
Down
banging.
with the kids.
Yeah, so I'm trying to be younger than I am, really. So, you know what I mean? Cuz fam.
Indeed I do, home slice. The final restaurant in our triumphant trio is the Fat Greek Taverna. Hey! With owner Andy and front of house Michelle.
You get a mix of the charcoal kitchen, we've got the wood oven, vegan meat eaters. It's street food.
I've just gone off the word street food now. The way you said it. Not your fault, but...
Oh, okay.
Well, it just doesn't sound good anymore, does it?
It's easy dining. It's relaxed.
Doesn't work either. It's kind of that feeling you get when you get given food from your family. And it just feels like a big hug of food. Well, that's what we could call it, hug food.
Hug food.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's going to catch on. Anyway, do you have the chops to win the competition?
Being Greek is a massive advantage because we've just invented everything. And when you've invented the world, you're technically like a god, aren't you?
It's a bit of a stretch. Back at Med, Will cuts up trout for his tartare.
Precision. Finesse.
Precision and finesse.
Who are they?
Lovers of raw fish, I'd imagine.
It's going to be a risk serving raw fish, because you say you're having sushi, you're fine with it. But you say you're having raw Raw trout, or are you going to be weird about it?
We'll see what people think.
I am not a fan of raw fish.
You don't even like sushi, do you?
I don't even like sushi. But I like prawn toast, so I'll eat prawn toast. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's something at least. Jack shells the prawns.
We got them straight from the beach. We call them the sausages of the sea.
Do you?
They just swim right into your hands.
Well, I'm not sure that's true. Will chops up chili and garlic, then separates egg whites to combine with the prawns and a special seafood sauce.
Comes out this sort of funky, fishy, delicious paste. It's great.
After a blitz, the mix is slathered onto homemade brioche, then coated in sesame seeds. They'll be deep fried before serving. Dessert, please. White chocolate and salted caramel tiramisu.
I like tiramisu.
Oh, I really like tiramisu.
Yeah, and especially with like white chocolate and salted
But
caramel.
I do like it a bit boozy.
I
It's got to
love
have a bit of
boozy.
booze,
Yeah.
boozy tiramisu.
Yeah.
The Italian guy that invented tiramisu didn't have any salted caramel.
It's a modern twist on the tiramisu. I think it's going to be really good.
Yeah, cool.
I'm really looking forward
I'm just
to that.
really simple.
You said it.
It's your time to shine.
It is my time.
Shine away, Jack. Having made a sponge, discs are cut and soaked in coffee, brandy and amaretto, then squished into moulds. A cream mix and chocolate ganache are then piped in.
It's looking good.
The tiramisus are popped into the blast freezer and will be coated in white chocolate later.
From this, I could not gauge the type of restaurant we're going to.
I think it's an Asian restaurant. I probably said that. It's probably not. Maybe it's
No,
like a.
I mean,
it's not. Well, put it this way, it's not a Jamaican barbecue hut, is it?
Let's do it. Let's get ready.
All right.
First up, it's Amy and Ryan from Ami Bistro.
That looks nice, doesn't it? Yeah. Hi, Ryan.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm
Hi,
Amy.
I'm Ryan.
Hello.
You've got a lovely place here.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Oh, I like the is it moss on the wall?
Real moss.
It's real.
I love that.
Yeah, come and have a little
Oh,
time.
come and have a feel. Yeah, I will be feeling your beard later as well.
I don't think he was offering that.
He wants to touch my beard.
you can blame him.
Who blames him? It's a really good beard.
I love a big beard.
Well, that's good to know. Last up, it's Andy and Michelle from the Fat Greek Taverna.
Welcome. Hi, I'm Andy. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Can we get you guys a drink? We've got some Negronis on the go.
Nice to meet
To the best night of our lives.
Coming up, a fishy issue.
I don't know if everybody loves raw fish.
It's the texture for me. When it's in my mouth, it's just like a no.
And a cutlery calamity.
I feel like a bit of a kid sticking a big spoon in my mouth. It kind of like takes my manhood away.
Some might say manliness is not based upon the size of a spoon.
Dessert should be eaten with a fork.
It's the opening night in Sussex.
Cheers.
And Will and Jack from Med are treating their guests to a display of daring dishes in the hope of winning the £1,000 prize.
All right, we're going to go off and start make your size. See you in a bit.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, have you touched the moss yet?
Have I touched it? No, I've never going to touch it. Is
Go
it
touch
real?
the moss, yeah, it's live.
Have you licked this?
Oh, no.
Have you? You haven't?
Why would he?
Go on, lick it.
God, Andy,
Lick it.
go on.
Lick them all.
Good grief.
It actually tastes quite nice. It doesn't. It tastes like food.
Not that you would, but please don't try that at home.
Why would you walk into a restaurant and lick a moss wall? You wouldn't do it.
Well, I did it.
Yes, you did.
It's going to be a long couple of days, I think.
Andy seems like a character.
He's certainly giving that impression.
Everyone's really nice.
I think they're going to be adventurous enough to try all the dish. Yeah,
I'm 100% certain it's going to go down really
You're
well.
100% certain we've won?
Yeah.
I'm 100% certain you need to get cracking if you want a chance. Will mixes up his trout tartare.
I feel like magic's at work.
Oh, the little wizard. The fryers get loaded.
He's a big boy, isn't they?
Yep, they're whoppers all right.
I hope they like hot bread.
Who doesn't? The fried bread is sliced up and the raw fish mix dolloped out, and there it is. Trout tartare with prawn toast.
Oh, that looks nice.
Which one do you want us to eat first?
I would advise scooping a bit of that on top.
Actually, just put it down and put my face in it. But,
Don't do that, Andy.
It can be one of those dishes that maybe, I don't know if everybody loves like a ceviche or like a raw fish.
I've never had a ceviche before, but this is good, yeah.
It's the texture for me.
Yeah, it can be
Yeah.
that.
The second that it went down, I knew straight away Amy wasn't going to enjoy it.
It's just the texture. When it's in my mouth, it's just like a no.
Really enjoyed it. Something that I probably wouldn't usually order, but I definitely would if I went there again.
Prawn toast, bang, really.
Thank you very much. Oh.
I've had prawn toast everywhere, like lounge, kitchen, dining room.
The whole ground floor.
Honestly, it's really, really nice. It's all about the PT for me. I have to say, they should get a van and just sell prawn toast.
Yeah, they might do.
Sell the restaurant, get a van, sell prawn toast all day. It's nice.
Prawn toast van.
Sound business advice there.
If I'm not having that, I will have it.
I'll only trade you if you trade me your prawn toast.
I'm not going away from that. You can have Michelle's prawn toast.
It turns out they love prawn toast.
Everyone loves prawn toast. Really happy with how the start went. Let's smash out the main, see if they like some duck.
Will plonks his sous vide duck onto their indoor barbecue. Ooh, smoking. And dresses his hispy cabbage. Duck breasts fully smoked, Will has an unusual addition for the dish.
Duck hearts will be marinated in buttermilk, soy sauce, garlic and mirin. We're just going to grill them, serve them on little skewers, see how people get on with it.
Good luck with that. The breasts are plated, and there it is, barbecue duck breast with hearts on a skewer.
There we are, guys. Wow. Okay.
Thank you.
No worries. So we have like a smoked barbecue duck breast, a little barbecue duck heart, and a hispy cabbage with duck heart mayonnaise. It's duck hearts, I know, but they're delicious.
No, it's not the hearts, it's the hispy cabbage.
Really? You hate cabbage?
No, I just never heard of it.
Please don't get him started again.
The duck is delicious. I've never eaten cucumber with duck, but it actually really goes. The barbecue
The smokiness
flavour,
of
you
it,
really could taste that it had been properly barbecued. I really, really like that.
The duck was cooked really well. Actually, really hard to get right. It was perfectly cooked.
And these are the duck hearts.
Duck hearts on the little skewer, yeah.
Brilliant.
We like to respect everything that we buy.
Yeah.
And if the bird comes with the hearts, we like to.
They often do come with hearts. It's
And
super
often it
strange.
gets thrown away, so we like to, we'll dress it up and try and do what we can.
I've been squeamish about the starter, so I thought, just crack on. Put the whole thing in my mouth. It was hard. And then because it was so chewy, you know then what you're chewing on, which is a heart. And then you're trying to swallow it, and then it wouldn't go down. So then you have a drink, and then that's when it broke up. And then you've got broken up heart in your mouth. Love it, very nice.
That's not what your face is saying.
I actually really enjoyed the duck hearts. They were surprisingly all right.
The duck hearts went down well.
Do you think? I feel like the duck hearts went down badly.
Yeah, they might have gone down like a ton of bricks, to be honest. But, I mean, I'm happy to put them on the plate because it's what we're about.
Well, quite. With the duck hearts dividing opinion, Michelle is keen for a rummage in the boys' past.
Have you always done kitchen?
15 years I worked in and around kitchen,
Oh, wow.
which means how old I am.
I'm not even gonna get.
Okay, play how old everyone is.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
No, don't do that.
Who's the youngest at the table?
I think you are.
I think Michelle's the youngest at the table.
Well, I think Amy's the youngest at the table because I'm nice.
Oh, thanks, Ryan.
All right, if you think you're the youngest, put your hand up. Andy, put your hand up. I knew you'd put your hand up.
Yeah, all right,
I know.
Granddad.
Yeah, hey, that's rude. Okay, both say your ages at the same time. 3, 2, 1.
30.
3.
Yes. Do it.
No, I was surprised that Jack Wills was younger than you. Well, the difference is you shaved, he didn't today. That's probably why.
That
you
is the
lost it,
difference. That is the one difference.
Charming.
You guys all finished? Yeah. We'll smash out a bit of dessert for you. I think we may have played it a little bit dangerous with the star on the main. This one's a little bit safer.
Who doesn't want a tiramisu dunked in white chocolate
Exactly.
with gold?
And no other body parts. Will swirls caramel patterns onto a plate, then plops down the white chocolate-covered tiramisu.
He's so fast, isn't he?
Like the wind, Jack. Gold leaf is added and bingo, a tiramisu as if touched by Midas himself.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
There we are.
Wow. I would worth giving it a little crack and it will fall apart.
What did you say the ice cream was?
Miso. It's a bit savoury, a bit caramel.
I think the dessert is perfect. I love it, actually. I just don't like eating with the spoons. I feel like a bit of a kid sticking a big spoon in my mouth.
Fair enough. Fair enough. No, yeah, you're right. There's an unelegant kind of thing about a massive spoon with it.
It kind of like takes my manhood away.
Some might say manliness is not based upon the size of a spoon.
I think Gandhi said that.
I think Gandhi did say that.
Did he say that?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think he did.
Andy is quite outspoken. I feel like he's got a lot left in the tank behind him that could rocket out at any moment, and we're going to brace ourselves. Michelle, are you okay with the size of your spoon?
It fits in my mouth perfectly, thank you.
Good.
Do you know it's a good dessert? Looks sexy, how dessert should look. But again, just felt uncomfortable about the spoon. I don't know why.
And a lot of talent they put into the
Yeah.
white chocolate dome. But don't call it tiramisu. It wasn't coffee enough. There was no booze. Call it a white chocolate sponge
Cream,
cake
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, that's catchy.
Now, Will, that beard is very sexy. You did promise me a little stroke earlier.
I know, I'm totally okay with you doing it.
Are you sure? I have a thing about beards.
Will's beard was so beautiful.
You're gonna dream
I
about it.
Yeah, it felt like Brillo pads, which was weird, but
That is quite weird.
that is
Like
weird.
Brillo
Yeah,
pads.
Brillo pads.
It looks like he might
I
have
looked
gentle
at-
hand, like soft hands, but I
He
don't
doesn't
know.
know, he's rough like a sailor.
Is he?
Yeah. I'm proud of every single dish that I put out today. I reckon if I could have done anything different, I reckon with a dessert,
We could have used forks.
yes, sweet, exactly that.
Scores out of 20, please.
You can tell that they're really passionate about what they do and they're very good at what they do, but I don't think it's entirely for us. So for that reason, we're scoring them a 14.
Tonight we're going to be scoring the boys
17.
17.
Which gives Will and Jack's adventurous menu at Med a heartfelt 31. It's the second day in Sussex, and the turn of Amy and Ryan from Amy Bistro to host.
We are confident. We can do this. Tonight is our night. We're going to smash it. We're going to win.
I think Jack and Will entered the competition really well. A good starting point.
It just makes us want to sort of fight for it even more now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Really?
We smashed it. Everything was how I would have served it and would have wanted to serve it.
Yeah.
So, any thoughts on tonight?
As a chef, Amy didn't like typical kind of chefy things, so I wonder which avenue she's going down.
I reckon it's going to be small and cute. Maybe the odd doily. I reckon it's going to be a tea room.
The decor may be in question, but the kitchen dynamic certainly isn't.
Come on, Ryan. Let's do this.
Yes, let's smash it. You're in charge. I will learn something today.
You might if you listen. But
I
you
won't
don't get carried
listen.
away. You do get carried away.
I
though.
do get carried
You do
away.
Get carried away.
I'll end up doing something really silly, won't
Yeah,
I?
like buttering trays.
Yeah, I like to butter a tray. That will happen.
Before it does, best crack on with dessert. Rich chocolate torte with Irish cream, strawberry puree and honeycomb.
That is a bit of me.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's not pushing boundaries, but then why does food have to push boundaries all the time? It can be just delicious. Ultimately, that's what it's for, right?
Amy starts by making a meringue base. She separates eggs and mixes with sugar.
That does look really nice.
Yeah, if raw eggs are your bag.
There's only one way to find out if this is ready, Ryan, and you know that.
Quick, Amy, the head test. Oh, you spoil sport, Ryan.
It's ready.
Melted chocolate goes into the meringue, and Ryan is thirsty for knowledge.
So, can I ask a question? What is this that we're making?
Are you actually serious?
This is the filling?
Yes.
Right, I get it.
Do you never listen, Ryan?
Apparently not.
I'm not sure it would help if he did. Cream is folded into the mix, then it's onto a digestive biscuit base and into chill.
So what's next, chef?
The honeycomb, Ryan. Honey is added to sugar and heated whilst Ryan butters a tray. He did say he would. Then masterfully tears baking parchment.
You know what, that will do.
Did you butter it?
Yeah, I buttered it.
And added the parchment. It's usually either or. Sugar and honey melted, thoughts, Ryan?
That is very sexy.
Indeed. Bicarbonate of soda is added, and then the whole gooey blob is slopped out onto that baking tray.
Look at the puff.
Once hardened, the honeycomb will be used to decorate. Onto the starter. Smoked haddock and mackerel in a rich white wine and parmesan sauce.
I love mackerel. I love smoked haddock.
Yeah.
Smoked haddock, I love. Mackerel, not a fan.
Oh dear.
I've chosen it because my customers seem to love it, and when we change the menu, they always want it back. So I've brought it back.
Well, isn't that thoughtful of you? Amy kicks off by poaching the smoked fish in milk.
Oh, you didn't tell me to stare there, did you? No. Part of the time I think I'm a chef, but I can't do anything.
I'm sure Amy can think of something you can do. She tends to the serious business of making a sauce with flour, butter and white wine, while Ryan hoses down some mucky pots.
I love Ryan, but he's a lot sometimes, isn't he?
Well, I'm saying nothing. Having cooked the fish, the milk is combined with the sauce mix and thoroughly beaten. Grated cheese is added, and then finally the cooked fish.
Looks good. Smells smoky, smells cheesy.
The mix will be topped with equally cheesy breadcrumbs and served with homemade bread tonight. Main time, oven roasted rump of lamb with fondant potato, carrot puree and a red wine jus.
I'm all about that. Give me that all day long.
Yeah.
As long as she doesn't screw out the fondant potato, because that's difficult
Or
to get
overcook
right.
the lamb rump.
I think if everything is right, it could be a contender for Wills and Jack's night.
Fresh herbs and garlic are added to parboiled potatoes.
And then butter, loads and loads and loads of butter. Hope no one's on a diet.
They might well be after this. Potatoes off for a buttery swim, Amy turns her attention to the lamb.
Oh, that lamb looks nice and juicy, sexy.
Thank you, Rigella.
And some thyme, please.
I will give you all the time in the world.
Probably a little excessive. The lamb is given a good working over.
It looks absolutely divine. Go and massage them.
I think you might need to sit down, Ryan. The rumps are covered up and left to rest. Ready to be cooked later.
Well, let's go and get ready for tonight.
Yeah,
Looking
right.
forward to it. Woo!
Safe. Can I say safe menu?
If you must.
Crowd pleasing.
Yeah, it's very
Smart.
crowd pleasing. Yeah, it's a smart menu.
First up, it's Andy and Michelle.
How are you?
Oh, you look so nice.
Darling, how's it?
Yeah, I'm good.
So we've got some margaritas ready for you.
Perfect.
Brilliant.
Lovely, thank you.
You can just wipe the salt off if you're not a salty person. What's nicer, the salt or the moss on the wall?
The salt. I'm not sure how I've developed the guy that's going to lick stuff, but...
What's he
if
gonna
that's
lick
what you want
tomorrow?
yeah.
The mind boggles. Next in, Will and Jack.
How are you two?
So good to see you.
Oh, so good to see you.
Don't touch the bed.
I'll try not to. I can't promise anything, though.
Well, you could.
Cheers.
Cheers.
There we go.
Coming up, spoonery buffoonery.
I bought my own spoon, just in case I could eat it out. Like, you know, if you bring a spoon and not get to use it, it's disappointing, isn't it, really?
And competitive coiffures.
We are doing Battle of the Hairs tonight.
Amy wins hands down.
Will does win the Battle of the Beards.
I hope so.
It's the second night in Sussex,
Cheers, everyone.
where Amy and Ryan of Amy Bistro are hoping their house classics will give them a shot at the £1,000 prize.
I'm confident with tonight's menu. I've picked the customer's favourite and hope they love it.
Well, if it's good enough for your normal customers, Amy dishes out her smoky fish mix.
I think this starter might be a bit dull.
You could always throw in a fish heart or two if you're worried. She tops with breadcrumbs and parmesan.
You can never have too much cheese.
Oh, I think you can, Ryan.
Oh, I'm excited. Are you excited?
We're all excited. The smokies are garnished with homemade bread. And there it is, a tiny pan of a fishy favourite with chives.
Oh, wow.
Oh, thank you so much.
Okay, so this is what we call the Amy Smoky. Hope you enjoy it.
Super delicious. This is right up my street.
I think she's picked the favourite dish that
Yeah.
her customers in this restaurant want. And although she cooked what she made very, very well, surely this might be an opportunity to really wow people.
Should have added the fish hearts.
I was really dreading the starter, but it wasn't overpowering the mackerel. The smoked haddock was perfect. Yeah, no, I really liked it.
It's a bit like a fish pie. It's great. I loved it, actually.
Andy, I know you have a thing about forks. Is that fork okay for you? Do you like that
Can I
fork?
look at that way?
It's perfectly
It's nice
balanced.
that I can do that.
Got any magic?
Ready? Oh, there's the ball. Oh, and it's like, oh, no, oh, there you go. And then it's like, it's gone. Who doesn't love the magic ball, really? I mean, I think it doesn't matter what age you are. It's ageless, really, the magic ball.
It's like taking a toddler out for dinner.
Only you don't get the free crayons.
So you used to be a magician?
I still am.
Clown more like.
I haven't always been a chef. I used to, or tried to be an estate agent, but
What happened there?
I was just terrible at it. Awful.
I'd buy a house off you. I trust
you?
You seem
Oh,
trustworthy. You
thank
seem
you.
trustworthy.
I've always been in hospitality since I was 15, but I am studying law.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I also do a forestry course.
Like bow making and campfires. What do you do?
Just learn how to make bouquets of flowers.
Floristry.
I thought you said forestry.
We both heard forestry. In my head, it was like, does she plant forests? Does she live in the forest? I mean, they normally hibernate around this time of year. She shouldn't even be out.
I've definitely got the attire to cut down trees, but, you know. Do I really don't say it correctly? Forestry. I mean, there is an L in there.
Yes, but you didn't use it.
Absolutely happy with the starter. I'm so confident that we're going to do really, really well on our mains, so we're going to absolutely smash it.
Amy seasons her lamb before searing it in a hot pan. Then fondant potatoes go into a vat of hot butter.
They're going in.
They're going in the oven. Teamwork makes the dream work.
And the on button makes the oven work. Square plates are smeared with carrot puree, fondant spuds are added,
Mind your back.
and finally the star attraction comes out.
They are looking good.
There it is, oven-roasted rump of lamb with a huge spoon of jus.
Lovely.
Thank you so much.
Joy.
Thank you.
So how does everybody like their lamb?
Nice bit of pink in the middle. Very, very nice.
Well, thank you.
The lamb was delicious. My only thing I would say, why puree vegetables? I like carrots to be carrots.
Your massive toddler might disagree.
I'm going to upset Jack and Will, but that's the best main so far.
Oh,
But
thank you very
by a
much.
touch.
It's a safe and simple bet, and that says a lot about his character. You know?
Touched a nerve there.
What did you think that our restaurant would be like before you arrived?
I was wondering whether you guys were like a sort of, like a cafe tea room. This is nothing what I expected.
It's funny you say that. My dream was to have a cake cafe shop.
There we go. Okay,
And
so
that
it wasn't far.
Yeah, you weren't far off. And it
Thank
started
you.
as that, and we just progressed and progressed, and it became
Amazing.
a proper restaurant.
So I wasn't far off.
You weren't far
I
off.
wasn't far
actually.
off. I sussed that out.
No, I thought that was, what's the word?
Ooh.
Really,
Insightful?
I can't think of the word, but he's obviously
I know the word.
picks up on,
Astute?
what is the word? Someone help me.
Shrewd?
No, I don't know.
Aware?
I don't know the word.
Intuition?
Intuition? Oh, that'll do.
So Ryan, what do you find the hardest about working in the industry?
I think the long hours.
Couldn't agree more. Although we do get a Friday or Saturday night off, and you go out and you see the people who are out on a Friday, Saturday, you're like,
It's
whoa,
absolutely right.
this is not for me.
Well, everyone else our age is going out with people their own age. When we have Monday to Sundays off, we're just hanging out with old people at garden centres. It's great, actually, because you learn a lot from old people.
I love a garden centre cafe. It's all about the cheese scones, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I live in a flat. I don't even have a garden, but I'd still go to a garden centre just for the cheese scone.
I don't remember eating at a garden centre ever.
Well, you haven't
I
got
didn't-
a car. You wouldn't be able to get a bus to the garden centre, would you?
That hurts.
Well, you-
that hurts on so many levels, you have no idea.
I was happy with my main.
So now all we've got left is dessert.
Dessert.
Absolutely, it's a walk
be
in a
fun.
park.
Looks more like a chocolate torte to me. Strawberry puree and whipped cream are added. Then finally honeycomb is jabbed into the top before Ryan is let loose with a naked flame.
Learned something new.
Perfect.
How to play with fire.
And there it is, chocolate torte graffitied with gold.
Wow.
Oi.
Andy, you have got a fork and a spoon, just in case.
I thought it was going to be like in a glass. So I did bring my own spoon, actually, just in case. I'll show you. I bought my own spoon, just in case, and I could eat it out, like, you know,
I
kind of
will
like
not
that.
be
But-
offended
but I
if
don't
you
need
use
it.
your own
No,
spoon.
because I need a fork for that.
I mean, I think that's a little bit weird.
You're right. It's got a nice action on the fork, and it does add an extra element of
Danger.
danger to the dessert.
Oh, mind those prongs, Jack. This is new territory for you.
What do you think of the dessert?
I was expecting more of a ganache kind of type, but that is so, it's almost like a mousse. It's amazing.
Yeah, I guess I'd be happy having that at any restaurant.
But would you remember it?
I mean, I could have had it anywhere.
Dessert was the weakest of the three, actually. I didn't like this honeycomb shoved in the top. And I didn't get to use my spoon. And that was kind of like, you know, if you bring a spoon and not get to use it, it's disappointing, isn't it, really?
Don't bring a spoon then.
It's not my best dessert. I'm going to put it out there. I was not 100% happy with it.
But we
Oh,
smashed
fine.
the starter, we smashed the main,
Yeah,
we
but
smashed
dessert, people think about
service.
dessert, don't they?
I think they did 2 really good courses, amazing food. The dessert let them down a bit because there was a little bit too much fussing for my liking. So we're going to score them
16.
We think that Amy and Ryan executed the food brilliantly.
However, I feel like there's so much more that she could deliver as a chef, and for that reason, we're voting them 16.
Which gives Amy and Ryan's House Classics night a grand total of 32, putting them into first place. It's the final day in Sussex, with Andy and Michelle from the Fat Greek Taverna to host, and the enthusiasm for this evening's event is more than evident.
I'm really excited and bring the energy, bring the fun, and showcase what we can do.
As always, best or last.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
It was the winning main course.
He was very vocal about it.
He didn't mince his words at all there.
He didn't.
So predictions for Mr. Spoony the Moss Licker, please.
I'm expecting big fat Greek wedding, party, loud.
Halloumi.
Not just any halloumi, though. The starter is sesame and honey halloumi.
I was right.
Nailed it.
Starter. Sesame and honey halloumi.
It's exactly what I was expecting. In which case, it should be really good.
Yeah.
It's literally the best starter.
Let's hope your guests agree. Andy frees the halloumi from its packet and instructs Michelle in the way of the knife.
So you want to use your little baby knife? It's probably not going to work, though.
It will.
We've got this, like, two...
To what?
Lovely. What's that?
Halloumi.
You'd think you'd know by now. The cheese will be cooked and covered in honey.
Simple.
Very simple.
It is very simple.
It's something that even I could cook.
I'm sure there's more to it than that, Ryan. Next comes the delicate art of fig chopping.
We want it quite rusty. We're just going to kind of like put it on top like that.
Okay.
Actually, it is quite straightforward.
They will be accompanying the honey and sesame halloumi.
Well, they're not walking with it. Like,
No.
We're not going to go out for a date with it, are they? But yeah.
Isn't a date a fig, though?
Hey, nice.
Funny, but factually incorrect. On to the main, smoke-roasted cleftico with confit potatoes and okra fudgy.
Just seen it.
What is it now, Ryan?
Orca faggy.
This is traditional food. It obviously means something to him. I hope he's going to do it proper.
well.
Cleftico. That sounds like a coffee, doesn't it?
It's not. In this case, it's a very slow-roasted shoulder of lamb from Greece.
You say Gibraleos? No, this one's from, I think this one's English.
Always good to check.
A lot of people will be like, oh, it's got loads of fat on it, but actually that's what gives it the flavour.
Yeah.
And I think life's too short to eat meat that's not got fat in it.
Fistfuls of oregano go over the lamb along with salt.
Make sure you've got it all the right way up. You want the skin on the top so the fat falls through.
Okay, yeah.
Bay leaves are scattered, then massive tomato and onion chunks are added.
It doesn't really need to be any more complicated for a perfect dinner.
Or a winning meal.
Hopefully. A pint of red wine goes in before the whole tray is covered and dispatched to the oven. Lamb cooking, Andy turns his attention to the okra.
I'm not a big fan. If you get it wrong, it's slimy as hell.
The okra goes into a pan with onions and herbs.
Oregano. Go for cinnamon.
And finally, chopped tomatoes. It'll be served with the lamb and confit potatoes tonight. Finally, it's dessert. Baklava with carob and rose ice cream.
It's not my favourite way to finish a meal, a baklava. I like that in the morning with a coffee.
Yes, heavy.
I had a friend from Bulgaria and she used to make her own baklava and it was amazing. So I have got
High standard.
high standards.
Well, let's see if Andy and Michelle can match those with their efforts. Michelle preps the phyllo pastry,
You've got the easy job.
That's heavy.
whilst Andy does his best to brush it with the burdensome butter.
And they've had baklava before?
Probably. I'd say it's the only dessert Greeks have invented, isn't it?
Don't go there, Michelle.
There's kadaifi, the shamali, lokmales.
I did say.
I don't know if Greeks invented cinnamon,
They didn't.
but I'm pretty sure the word's Greek.
It isn't.
Well, we invented writing, didn't we? So, invented writing, technically, whoever wrote cinnamon must have written it in Greek.
There's no point arguing with that logic. Rose water and honey are then added. The nut mix is spooned over the phyllo. A final few layers go on, and it's into the oven.
Oh, I don't think it's a winning menu.
No.
I think it's too safe. I thought mine was too safe.
But seeing the menu, I feel like they've got to do quite a lot to win at this point.
I think we've definitely done enough to win. And, yeah, so in fact, we're already winners.
Not yet, you're not. First up and fresh from a nativity play by the looks of it, Jack and Will.
Hello. Hey, guys. Good to see you. You look amazing. Hello, man. Good to see you.
It's never called the Fat Greek Taverna.
Yeah, it is called the Fat Greek, but the problem is no one ever says to me, why is it called the Fat Greek?
Well, why is it called Fat Greek?
Well, exactly, I don't know, it was just kind of like for big food, you know?
I think we were bang on when you said big, fat Greek wedding.
This is a unique drink. It's called the Icarus cocktail. Enjoy.
Flying too close to the sun.
Hey, yeah.
Next up, current leaders Amy and Ryan.
How are you? You all right? Good. Cuddles.
Look at that hair.
Thank you. This
Hi, Jesus. I really liked Will's look tonight. He looks really Jesus-y.
Find that man a donkey.
Do you know who Icarus is?
Isn't Icarus like a Greek god?
Icarus is my barber, actually. He does my hair for me. Yeah.
What at the Sacred Shears Salon?
To the last night, and hope for the best night. Cheers.
Hey! Coming up, curious questions.
Would you rather have scales or fur?
Scales, because they're aerodynamic.
Fur every time.
It's one of life's biggest questions, I'd say.
And the Wonga is won. It's the final night. And the turn of garrulous Greek taverna owner Andy and front of house Michelle to provide a mythical meal to try to bag the £1,000 prize.
Tonight we are giving our guests an evening they are never going to forget.
So it really is go big or go Homer. I'm terribly sorry. Andy kicks off his starter by frying the halloumi, which Michelle drenches in a honey mix.
Sesame, yeah, go, that's it. Don't be shy.
I don't think she is, Andy.
Oh, I don't get carried.
All right. The halloumi then goes into a fiery furnace.
It's honestly my favourite dish. It's my go-to on the menu.
And there it is. Hello, you. Halloumi.
There you go.
Look at that. Thank you very much.
It's real halloumi. Literally comes from a mountain village in Cyprus.
It smells delicious.
Oh, that honey.
Do you think it works? Do you like it?
That isn't just any halloumi, is it? It was almost a waste for that good a product to be drowned in that much honey. For me, way too sweet.
I thought the starter was nice, but it was simple. Halloumi with some sweetness on a plate.
I just thought actually I'd mention that we did invent halloumi fries in the world ourselves.
What do you mean? Come on.
In 2014, we kind of like did a lot of research in how to cook it, fry it, and everything else. And we found a way of doing it with a coating and stuff like that. Trademarked it because we checked the whole UK. Nobody at that point was selling halloumi fries anywhere. And then God gave light to the world. I gave halloumi fries to the world. So
I feel like it's an enormously bold claim. I don't see how somebody can claim to have been the first person that's fried halloumi in stick form.
It's like me saying I invented the yoghurt.
Did you? I wondered who that was.
one day when I turned up in a jet to visit you all, it's because I finally got my trademark. They'll all come out in the World of Halloumi Times one day.
I'll watch out for that. That's my favourite rag, that is.
And another thing, Edison didn't invent the light bulb, it was a Greek guy.
Andy's honest with who he is. If you can keep up to his style of comedy and conversation, he's a really great person to get on with.
I think Andy's definitely the type of person that you'd want to go down the pub with.
No, you wouldn't.
Okay, I won't apparently.
No, but you wouldn't, Ryan. If Andy invited us out,
yeah, we would go.
I'd go, yeah, okay.
Yeah, we
I'd
would.
Go. But I wouldn't invite Andy out because he's just too... he's just too much.
I think our starter went down really well. I mean, they ate it all, so if you eat something, usually it means you like it. The main is going to blow them out the park.
The okra goes down, followed by Mary's little friend.
There's no lamb like this in the world, so I can't explain it.
I wouldn't bother then. The juice and fat from the lamb are sloshed all over the plate.
This stuff is like nectar.
And there it is, a traditional plate of Cleftico.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It serves at my mum's house on a Sunday.
Oh, is your mum Greek?
No, she's a good cook.
This is gleftigo. Gleftigo means to steal something. When we were part of the British colony, we used to steal lambs because we couldn't afford them. But you wouldn't be able to barbecue them because the smoke would give it away. So we used to dig holes in the ground, light the charcoal, put the lamb in, cover it in mud, and go back at midnight, take it out, and have a midnight feast of gleftigo.
Brilliant. Well, I'm glad we've got it back. Thank you.
And how do you say the okra dish?
Was it okra
Faggy.
No, it's faji.
Can be a bit of a risk cooking okra, can't it? It can go a bit slimy.
There's a little knack that my mum taught me. Never cut it too close to that bit there. If you cut that bit off, all the slime comes out.
That lamb is super soft. That's such a good sign. Now something falling off the bite.
It didn't do very much for me. Okra was slimy. Even knowing that he had a secret thing from his grandma.
It was slimy. It did feel like a Sunday roast at your Greek mate's house.
All okay?
Anything you don't like?
It's really nice.
That sounded genuine.
Yeah, it falls off the bone.
There's an oily fat nose that I get.
Yeah.
It will have a fatty taste to it, but that's a shoulder, I suppose. But yeah.
There was more fat on my lamb than there was meat. The potato wasn't to my taste as well.
My potato was better, wasn't it?
Yeah, our potato was better, yeah.
With the lamb not stealing the hearts of the guests, talk turns to mains of a different variety.
How do you feel about seeing more of Will's hair tonight?
I would say that Will's hair is looking nice, but we are doing Battle of the Hairs tonight.
Are we?
So,
Amy wins hands down.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Definitely. Yeah.
Amy wins Battle of the Hair, but Will does win the Battle of the Beards.
I hope so.
The start went down well. The main, I think we smashed it.
Yeah.
And now we've got the baklava, which is, I mean, if the other two were good, this is something else.
Michelle takes a knife to the pud.
Do you want me to do that?
Yeah, you do it.
Yeah.
Well done, Andy. There it is. Baklava, ice cream, and just a gentle dusting of icing sugar. Sorry.
Thank you so much, Michelle. Thank you.
Thank you.
We make it with a slightly different nut mix. It's a bit like a marzipan inside mix.
Yes, I think you're going to need something a little sharper than that.
Let me get you a knife. Hang on.
It's all right. I got a spoon.
I mean, we should have put them there, really. I mean, a bit of a faux pas. We didn't put knives, actually. And really, I'm a bit disappointed, really. I've been the cutlery guy.
I think of you as the licky guy.
It tastes like Christmas. It tastes like mince pie.
A lot of cinnamon, a lot of honey, and rose water.
And rose water for me is like something I can't. The fragrance is always too strong.
Like, try to my wife. She won't eat that stuff.
It was a clumsy dessert.
It was a clumsy dessert.
I don't know if it was very. I don't think it was very wax cued.
This is the first time that I've had this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And what's your thoughts so far?
Oh, it is a big portion.
That good, eh?
The pastry was soggy. The centre bit was. You said it was a mince pie. It really wasn't. It was mushed up.
He said
puke.
almonds, didn't he?
Yeah, I did not
He
get
said
almonds.
almond.
You know what, mate? I'm pleased we had a fork for that. I think I may be a convert.
I think dessert went down really well. Different to all the others. I think the others were chocolate.
Yeah.
And ours had a lot of nuts in it and stuff, so I think that was really great.
Speaking of nuts, Andy has one final question for the table.
Would you rather have scales or fur, Jack?
That's such a good question.
I think as a fighting man, I would always pick scales because they're aerodynamic.
Fur every time.
You walk up, furry.
Yeah.
I come in, scales, fast and through the water.
I like
bam,
the
I win
bear.
9 times out of
They'll
10.
charm you. And you'll be like, she's so cuddly.
Scales. I hate being hot. And fur would make me hot.
It's such a practical answer. Yeah.
It's one of the life's biggest questions, I'd say. And I don't think there is a right answer.
I guess like a light felt would be good.
Yeah,
like a
moleskin. like an all-over moleskin.
like a platypus.
Some scales and some fur. Because I think if you just get too much of the same, it would mix it all up, really.
Yeah, but then what animal would you be if you were half scale, half fur?
You'd be a scaly, furry animal, of course.
Right, that's enough of that nonsense. Andy and Michelle need 33 to be this week's winners.
Do you think we've done enough to win it?
Yeah, 100%.
Tonight it was lovely to see Michelle and Andy in their home environment.
But we weren't big fans of their food, so tonight we've decided to score them an 11.
Tonight we're going to vote them.
Hold it right there. All the scoring's done in secret, so let's find out together.
Okay, so third place is... It's the Fat Greek Taverna.
Will and Jack scored 12.
In second place is Med. The winner is Amy Bistro.
From the bottom of our hearts, we're super thrilled for Amy and Ryan.
The last few days has meant everything to me. It was one of the highlights of my life.
Oh, Jack.
Bit disappointed, can't lie. We gave it everything as we always do. You know, I'll go home a winner.
Well, technically third.
Oh, and you're there as well. Oh.
Turns out I can cook and you can host.
Well,
Yes, baby.
the proof is in the case.
Money. And a lot of talent they put into the
Yeah.
white chocolate dome, but don't call it tiramisu. It wasn't coffee enough. There was no booze. Call it a white chocolate sponge
Cream,
cake
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, that's catchy.
Now, Will, that beard is very sexy. You did promise me a little stroke earlier.
I know, I'm totally okay with you doing it.
Are you sure? I have a thing about beards. Will's beard.
Only
Jack and Will entered the competition really well. A good starting point.
It just makes us want to sort of fight for it even more now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Really?
We smashed it. Everything was how I would have served it and would have wanted to serve it.
Yeah.
So, any thoughts on tonight?
As a chef, Amy didn't like typical kind of chefy things, so I wonder which avenue she's going down.
I reckon it's going to be small and cute. Maybe the odd doily. I reckon it's going to be a tea room.
The decor may be in question, but the kitchen dynamic certainly isn't.
Come on, Ryan, let's do this.
Yes, let's smash it. You're in charge. I will learn something today.
You might if you listen. But,
I
you don't
won't
get carried
listen.
away. You do get carried away.
I do get carried
You do
away.
get carried away.
I'll end up doing something really silly, won't
Yeah,
I?
like buttering trays.
Yeah, I like to butter a tray. That will happen.
Before it does, best crack on with dessert. Rich chocolate torte with Irish cream, strawberry puree and honeycomb.
That is a bit of me.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's not pushing boundaries, but then why does food have to push boundaries all the time? It can be just delicious. Ultimately, that's what it's for, right?
Amy starts by making a meringue base. She separates eggs and mixes with sugar.
That does look really nice.
Yeah, if raw eggs are your bag.
There's only one way to find out if this is ready, Ryan, and you know that.
Quick, Amy, the head test. Oh, you spoil sport, Ryan.
It's ready.
Melted chocolate goes into the meringue, and Ryan is thirsty for knowledge.
So, can I ask a question? What is this that we're making?
Are you actually serious?
This is the filling?
Yes.
Right, I get it.
Do you never listen, Ryan?
Apparently not.
I'm not sure it would help if he did. Cream is folded into the mix, then it's onto a digestive biscuit base and into chill.
So what's next, chef?
The honeycomb, Ryan. Honey is added to sugar and heated whilst Ryan butters a tray. He did say he would. Then masterfully tears baking parchment.
You know what, that will do.
There we go. Did you butter it?
Yeah, I buttered it.
And added the parchment. It's usually either or. Sugar and honey melted, thoughts, Ryan?
That is very sexy.
Indeed. Bicarbonate of soda is added and then the whole gooey blob is slopped out onto that baking tray.
Look at the puff.
Once hardened, the honeycomb will be used to decorate. Onto the starter. Smoked haddock and mackerel in a rich white wine and parmesan sauce.
I love mackerel. I love smoked haddock.
Yeah.
Smoked haddock, I love. Mackerel, not a fan.
Oh dear.
I've chosen it because my customers seem to love it, and when we change the menu, they always want it back. So I've brought it back.
Well, isn't that thoughtful of you? Amy kicks off by poaching the smoked fish in milk.
Oh, you didn't tell me to stare there, did you? No. Part of the time I think I'm a chef, but I can't do anything.
I'm sure Amy can think of something you can do. She tends to the serious business of making a sauce with flour, butter and white wine, while Ryan hoses down some mucky pots.
Oh, I love Ryan, but he's a lot sometimes, isn't he?
Well, I'm saying nothing. Having cooked the fish, the milk is combined with the sauce mix and thoroughly beaten. Grated cheese is added, and then finally the cooked fish.
Looks good. Smells smoky, smells cheesy.
The mix will be topped with equally cheesy breadcrumbs and served with homemade bread tonight. Meantime, oven-roasted rump of lamb with fondant potato, carrot puree and a red wine jus.
I'm all about that. Give me that all day long.
Yeah.
As long as she doesn't screw out the fondant potato, because that's difficult.
Or
to
overcook the lamb rump.
I think if everything is right, it could be a contender for Will's and Jack's night.
Fresh herbs and garlic are added to parboiled potatoes.
And then butter, loads and loads and loads of butter. Hope no one's on a diet.
They might well be after this. Potatoes off for a buttery swim, Amy turns her attention to the lamb.
Oh, that lamb looks nice and juicy, sexy.
Thank you, Rigella.
Add some thyme, please.
I will give you all the time in the world.
Probably a little excessive. The lamb is given a good working over.
It looks absolutely divine. Go and massage them.
I think you might need to sit down, Ryan. The rumps are covered up and left to rest. Ready to be cooked later.
Well, let's go and get ready for tonight.
Yeah,
Looking
woo.
forward to it. Woo!
Safe. Can I say safe menu?
If you must.
Crowd pleasing.
Yeah, it's very
Smart.
crowd pleasing. Yeah, it's a smart menu.
First up, it's Andy and Michelle.
How are you?
Oh, you look so nice.
Darling, as do you.
Yeah, I'm good.
So we've got some margaritas ready for you.
Perfect.
Brilliant.
Lovely, thank you.
You can just wipe the salt off if you're not a salty person.
Oh,
What's nicer, the salt or the moss on the wall?
the salt. I'm not sure how I've developed the guy that's going to lick stuff, but
What's he
if
gonna
that's
lick
what you want
tomorrow?
yeah.
The mind boggles. Next in, Will and Jack.
How are you two?
How are you? So good to see you.
Oh, so good to see you. Oh.
Don't touch the bed.
I'll try not to. I can't promise anything, though.
Well, you could.
Cheers.
There we go.
Coming up, spoonery buffoonery.
I bought my own spoon just in case, and I could eat it out. Like, you know, if you bring a spoon and not get to use it, it's disappointing, isn't it, really?
And competitive coiffures.
We are doing Battle of the Hairs tonight.
Amy wins hands down.
Will does win the Battle of the Beards.
I hope so.